live stream, for my next live stream. Okay. And let's go to, now let's go down here to Blue Sky. Alright, and then I'm going to create a final. Okay, I can't get a hold of there, so.
To beg it for mercy, and I will never stop killing you. Oh shit.
Hey, Scarlett.
It's gaming, isn't it?
Yes,
No, I said hi. I just said hi.
No! No! Gaming! 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 Thank you, thank you. Revive me, revive me, revive me.
What the f-
What? What happened?
Oh, he sniped me!
Alrighty, guys. So here's a couple of things I'm going to tell you, for today. If you guys are kind of just getting in, just starting to join in, I know I posted a live early that I said I'm going live. I didn't go live quite right away. But we've got a couple of things that I'm going to share with you guys that really is, some things that you guys need to know. First and foremost, for any of you, um, who want to have access to a lot of my content through YouTube or through other means, through, through a lot of places, I think she's going to be the best option, to get all of that information where I post. I primarily will post, through Instagram and Blue Skies for content to get extra notifications when I do go live. I will primarily post it as Twitch streams, where I will primarily share it as Twitch streams, but I do go live on YouTube as well, in the afternoon, so that's why I usually just share Twitch, because it's easier, and I'm live on both platforms, so if you are there and you missed an afternoon stream because you were late, I'm getting here, then that's okay. But for all of you, I'm going to start posting polls, and polls for anybody who wants it. It'll be posted in my stories, and during which that poll is going to be set up in a way that's going to allow for you guys to decide what you guys want to see me wear on stream. I am going to be doing this a little bit more frequently. That I will make it, and you guys can decide. And if you guys end up deciding what it's going to be, now I will not be doing this all the time though. If the temperature on the outside is extremely hot, I will not. So anyway, right now, I am going to tell you we did clear out a few of these things. I am going to try to do more of these side quests. I came down this way thinking that this would be a good thing. I have decided that I am going to tell you, we're going to get out of here. We're gonna completely leave. We aren't gonna stick around down here. I want to try and clear out ourselves from being down in the dumps and down here. Here, so I don't want to be like, hey, we're just gonna sit here, we're just gonna try and get things done. So I am gonna do some things around that. That's just me being there. And what I mean by next stream, it's going to be when the poll pretty much is a done deal, done being there. I do tell you, I do not post into threads, but my Instagram does post directly into threads as well, so I usually will just post on Instagram. We'll check Instagram on a daily basis. Do not come in and ask me that if you do not see a DM from me from the only places you'll see a DM from me are YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram. You will also catch DMs from me in those locations, for sure. So if you are seeing a DM and you are seeing something there that isn't Um, and I won't DM everybody. Because if you are wanting to be around and chatting with me and stuff, I stream on a daily basis. Always on a daily. Every day we stream pretty much basically the schedule listed there. Now, the afternoon schedule is anywhere start time from 3 to 4 start time, because I have to either get some things situated, get mods and stuff ready, or just find a way to get done and get out of here, get out of things. We are doing some side quests. I was gonna come down here and see if we could complete do this, but I want to get better. I want to get a little bit better in fighting skills. So we're gonna go and complete some of these missions in order. I am really wanting to just do this through a walkthrough, because I don't want to be out here trying to do things and trying to get things done in proper, because if I can get all 32 missions done, then we can get somewhere and do a lot of things. But I will tell you, there is going to be a couple other things that are going to be down there. I did forget to do this week. I do want to cancel my save operation this time. There is a couple of things that people need to really understand. With my streaming, the way that we stream around here through the way that we get things being done through a lot of my streaming is basically right now the schedule is set. This is this week's schedule. I'm gonna consistently to ask Glass to jump into the schedule thing so we can understand what's going on and what we're playing for the night, so that Glass doesn't get like you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna update it weekly. It's going to be a weekly thing, except for Friday this week. I know it says it's zombies, but I don't know if I'm gonna be live Friday. We're in the Acrolite Steppe, the northern Antipras. Okay, so I need to just trying to figure out, as you can see, like, that one's not available yet. I have to see where we're... Okay, I have to see where we're at and what we're doing. So... Ah, flip. But a lot of things that we do around here, specifically, in relation, the reason why I said, and I might not be live Friday afternoon either. We will Friday afternoon. Those are the 2 days that's the only day that I will not be live. So probably on a Wednesday. Let me go back to Docimile for a second. Because we are going to need to work on... No. Fudge. And just to be clear, afternoon streams are going to be where it's going to be more PG-13. Night streams are more non-PG-13, but that doesn't mean I don't swear. That doesn't mean I don't do these things. It just means that there's going to be less likely for Ravager. Yeah. Okay, I'm checking to make sure. Okay. Do we have everybody's CP? Nobody has CP available to them. That's good. And we kind of, when it comes to a lot of the ways that we do a lot of things that I do, for myself, is afternoons is always single player, but then at night I always have Scarlet and Glass available. Now, if I end up getting, I haven't applied for this job yet. I need to. I've been pushing into not. If I end up applying for this job, it's not going to be a lot put into savings. If I end up getting the job that I have been looking into getting, and if I end up getting this job, it will be changing the schedule completely, entirely, outwards, for what we're doing. My afternoon streams probably won't be available, and my night streams might be in a different schedule in a different time, but this isn't because of this is because through all of these things, I do pick between that that my night even my night streams might not be available either. Okay, this one is... No. That one says it's 54. So there's 54, there's more than 32 missions. But I want to go through and complete some of these main missions because, oops, X. Okay, Estif Timberla Highlands is pretty much basically where I want to go. Which it looks like it's going to be up that way. So let me figure out where we're at on the map relative to where we're at. We're down here. Okay, so we need to keep going around. We need to go around this. I'm gonna go around this way for it. Because I know I'm needing to make sure I get everything through and cleared through it all. And a lot of the stuff that comes around in my personal thing with a lot of video games is if I end up getting this job, it's gonna be less video gaming time, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm not like completely 100% like I am not 100% tied to my video games. I have been lately. I have been feeling like I've been getting addicted to them. Just sitting here, just playing video games, or sitting there being more or less, absolutely being more lazy than anything. Haven't been actively looking for a job. I know I need to get one. And I need to do it so that I can, live on my own if I need, so I can live on my own, get the things that I need. If it comes down to it, what I can do is it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be interesting and tough decisions to make, because to be honest, a thing that I have to realize is that I can't be completely 100%, should not be reliant on people. I need to not be 100% reliant on Glass to getting me Call of Duty. I should not be 100% reliant on my mom for food and groceries and things like that. I have to be willing to make that and decision to do that, and I have to be willing to work on my
Just another battle.
so I have to work on that myself. But a lot of the importance of being less reliant, I have to be less reliant on a lot of things. If okay, so that's not the place. That's not the place that I need to be going. Okay, so that's blocked off right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Acolyte Steppe Central Expanse. There is a couple more, and I have to figure out where that is in relation to things. Um, and I love the importance of just playing a game like this. Um, like Final Fantasy, like if you haven't played 13, I'm not gonna say, I will tell you, like, if you think, like me, a lot of, like, I post a lot of things in places where, um, through the, through the video games and through things like this, where, um, where, I post in that 13 is not my all-time favorite, it's not my decent favorite. I will tell you, a lot of the PS1 and PS2 titles are my favorite Final Fantasies. And it's not like it's my all-time for like this. Like, if we really spend a lot of time, spend a lot of time looking at RPGs and video games and things, I have been neglecting a lot of the video games, in relation to, completing games. Like, there's been, Legend of Dragoon is the only single title that I wish would have a sequel right now. It's the only one. And I'm pretty sure they could go through and remaster Legend of Dragoon. They just have to go and reverse engineer, I wonder if this one's already been completed. No. Okay. Because I am going to keep looking for the Mastiff area, because that's where I need to go directly right now. Because we have to find ways to complete the the missions. I want to complete at least 32. We have completed up to 32 missions. There are 32 missions, but I want to complete some of these missions because, yeah, so this one has already been done, because we know this. This one's gonna be mission 2, 32, and then there was one. Okay. We are in the Viles Media Northern Blossom. But it's not always that Final Fantasy is not always the best game. I will tell you, it's not the best RPG. It is the best RPG from Square Enix right now. I have not gotten into playing Dragon Quest. A lot of people will say, why? I haven't played a lot of Square Enix games. Pretty much mostly Final Fantasy and mostly Kingdom Hearts are the only two RPG games that I have played from Square Enix. From its entire list. I've been trying to get around some of these, but and going through and playing a lot of different ones. I've played Diablo 2, which is considered an RPG. I haven't played that. I haven't played Baldur's Gate. And to be honest, between Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and 3, 3 is going to be different compared to the other two, which I don't care. I'm not somebody that is like, if a game is different within a series, I don't care. Like, to be honest, like, if you go back and you look at Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 1 is a very, very basic RPG. It's got a small story premise, and that small story premise is pretty much easy to get through. It's basically 4 warriors of light trying to save the world, and trying to find these crystals along the path. It's pretty simple, pretty easy story. There is hardly a lot of really character-driven, story-driven games like Final Fantasy XIII or Final Fantasy Zodiac, Final Fantasy XII, or any Final Fantasy VII, and some of these other games that have more story-rich games. But you gotta realize that Final Fantasy I was built on in 1980, in the early 1980s, maybe late 1990, early 1990s, for it. And a lot of the premise of it actually saved Square from going under. Final Fantasy brought Square back from the dead. Square would not be here today if it was not for Final Fantasy. The reason why Final Fantasy is called Final Fantasy Day is because it was supposed to be the final game. It was supposed to be really the last last game from Square, and it saved their butt. So, I love that Square has done a lot of things within its time. Square Enix nowadays has merged, and which is fine. I think some game companies sometimes where we do get certain things, do have a lot of game studios that are under one roof, like Microsoft and stuff. But like, we shouldn't really be focused on having all of these titles, all of these games relation to being heavily reliant under one studio that can just sweep them under the rug, like Sony and Bluepoint, sweeping them under the rug, giving them, like, they're doing great, they're doing fantastic. They should have been given the status of, we're just gonna take away the ability for you to not make any more games. Bluepoint should have just been on their own at that point. Companies that have failed and are currently failing do deserve to kind of be let go if they can't do right. You know, like Destiny, for example. You know, Marathon. That game seems to not be doing so well. Games like Concord from Sony. Sony has tried to capitalize on hero things for a lot of their stuff. They tried to capitalize on the trends of that trend and of Paladins and Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. They try, but they can't get. Okay. Where you can't always expect these gaming companies to. Don't be loyal to Sony. Don't be loyal to Microsoft. Don't be loyal to a lot of these companies. Because if you're going to sit there and be loyal to Microsoft, if you're going to sit there and be loyal to these things, you're going to be really having a hard time trying to get through a lot of your gaming through a lot of the gaming situations of you're going to be stuck on that ecosystem that kind of sucks and putting yourself down a path of being loyal. Look, I'm not loyal to Final Fantasy. I'm not. I will sit there and I said I will buy games that look interesting to me, but if the game persisting to be if the game persists to be bad, then I'm just gonna have the willingness to say, look, this game is bad. I'm willing to say it's bad because it's bad. It's not. It's you know, there are things where I may criticize a game. I may criticize it and still enjoy the game. Okay. And that is something that needs to be done. You can have a game that can be criticized for being a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 and still enjoy the game. Okay? That's how I do things. When I rate games from a 6 or a 7, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to play the game. It just means that that game just needs a lot of work and needs to improve. If it's like Fortnite, for example. If I rated that as a 6, which I don't, I actually rated about an 8. It's not like the best in terms of Battle Royale. It is, but it's not directly fully there. But when you look at games like that, and you look at games through the importance of understanding that not every game has to be set in a standard. Needs to be set and said, hey, look, this game is fantastic because it's because a lot of the time is when I rate a game at a 6 or 7, it just means that it's got a lot of work, and if it's a live service game, it's got a lot of work to become better. And like I said, I'm going to tell you one of those games right here on this list that would get that 6 or 7 out of 10 is going to be Warzone and Off the Grid. Okay, those two games are decent. They're not the greatest, but they're decent enough to say, hey, look, that you can put games to be there at such a thing. If it's a game that is a single player narrative driven game that has been out for a while and I rate it a 6 or a 7, it just means that I'm not gonna probably go back and play it again because of the way that it is for a lot of games. A lot of Final Fantasy titles after 13. I have not played 15 yet. I haven't played it yet because, to be honest, I haven't picked up a game like that to being fully rated as great games. You know, when I rated Final Fantasy VII Remake, I rated that game, I rated that game as being, a 8 out of 10 kind of thing. Not a lot of games get that full 10 out of 10 treatment, and it's really difficult for a game to reach that 10 out of 10 for me, because there's always going to be at least something wrong with the game that I do not like. Okay, I will tell you, I love Final Fantasy VIII. I love the entire game of it. It's just the grind that it takes to get a Final Fantasy VII the way that Final Fantasy VIII the way that it was set up. That it takes a lot for it, and 8 is not a full 10 out of 10 game. It's not the greatest it's still the greatest Final Fantasy of all time for me, but it is not the best. It has never been, will never reach a full 10 out of 10. There's only been a couple of titles that really get that full 10 out of 10, that are pretty much right up there, a handful, and they're always going to be the top 5. Top 5 games will always be a 10 out of 10 game, and they will never change. And that's going to be Euro Truck and American Truck. It literally, American Truck and Euro Truck have now pretty much basically have become a 10 out of 10 game. They have literally done right. It is literally the best title when it comes to a game that deserves that rank. And Euro Truck, I do prefer Euro Truck over American Truck to begin with, but that's not because of lack of the game being easier to drive in. It's just knowing that, when you look at me, when I said I can tell you that when I drive in Europe, I can drive a lot better in Europe than I can drive in America. And that's just because of the way that the roads and the stuff have been built, and the way that the trucks are being used in Europe compared to being in America. It's nothing that has to do with the game itself. It has to do with the whole thing on the game in setup in general, where a lot of these games do not get 100% there. Those games get there. You know, Tetris, a fantastic. Is this number 4? No, this is number 5. Okay. Okay, so now we need to head back to the Ecrolite Steppe. The Ecrolite Steppe. So it's... Hey, we get a preemptive strike on this. I'm just adding the end fire right now because we got these guys on fire. Okay, so now we'll go with Relentless Attack. And a lot of these differences when it comes to you know, being games that are up there with that 10, it's rare. Like I said, there's only about 5 games that ever hit that 10 out of 10 mark, and that's just saying, you know, outside of American Truck and Euro Truck, Makeway's right there with it, being that 10 out of 10 game that really is great. And I will tell you, it's absolutely the best when it comes to video games in general for racing. It's the all-time best racing game of all time. No problems, no issues, no nothing that really can't put down a game on it. Okay? There are other titles through which these games for it. And to be honest, you know, the only other 2 games that hit right up here at being a full 10 out of 10, and this is no slouch. It's not even a Final Fantasy is going to. There are games better than Final Fantasy, to be honest. I don't care if Saz doesn't have that extra thing right now. We just need to be able to get through a lot of it. But it's games that really that have no fault, no wrong, nothing that I can complain about. Okay, it used to be Euro Truck and American Truck used to be at a 9.5 out of 10, and only because there were some things that did not seem right within a game like that, where you know, the resting system and and picking jobs, like they should have at least, like it's that the resting mechanic was the only thing I disliked about the game, because it did not feel representative of real world truck driving. Okay, am I going backwards or should I keep going forward? Because right now the way that I am going is I'm going backwards, which is fine. I actually do need to, I have to realize that I have to go backwards to complete this mark. So I really don't complain. I complain a few things about each video game because there needs to be complaints. There needs to be things like that so that these developers and these things can get criticized for it. There's been a couple of things that, you know, I like when I can criticize, and I can make those criticisms where it's important. And it's always good to criticize video games. It's like you can criticize art, you can criticize it for what it is, and people just need to understand that you don't get it. You just don't get your art. It's like, if you had an intended way of making the game, and you have that intention, let that intention be the way that it's supposed to be, and that and let that be. Don't just don't just think that, hey, your work is great. Maybe having some input from others sometimes is a good thing. Don't let your work be defined that if you are working on a video game alone, take criticism from other people. Listen to their criticisms, make sure that their criticism is that way. And let me be clear, a lot of people will look at you and will look at your game um okay, so we ran up the trunk where the event marker is at. Okay, so that means we do need... Okay. Always take that criticism. Don't just be somebody that is directly available and out there to criticize the work. Okay? If you really look at a like to dislike ratio on like a video, okay? Let the dislike show that, you know, if you know, if you dislike something, dislike it. Don't hit that like button because you watch the whole entire video and you say it's great. There are a lot of times where I don't like a YouTube video, where I don't like it, but I will watch it, and then, that video, well, sometimes, for me, that video is going to get that like, in a relation to, I really sat down and really gave that video really well-deserved like. I will most of the time, if I like something, I'm going to hit that like for a good reason.
Thanks.
And a lot of times when I will tell you, a lot of times if I go out, I know this is YouTube and all, but when you even looking at content that is outside of YouTube and Twitch, and looking through like, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, you look at the dislike to dislike ratio. There are a lot of times where people will push a dislike because they just want to see that number go up. Sometimes people will just click on it because they think that not pushing a like button or a dislike button because it just outweighs, and you look at it from a perspective of those things. It's one of those things that if you have a lot of dislike on a certain video, then what you need to do is you need to start changing the way that your video interacts with content, with that content. Okay? You need to think about the content that you put out there. And if you see more dislikes than to like ratio, it means you just need to kind of maybe tailor your content a little bit better and making it that way. But I'm not going to change everything about my content, and I'm going to continue to do those things that I do around here. Playing RPGs, playing Fortnite and Call of Duty occasionally occasionally. It's mostly this YouTube mostly is pertaining to single player, talkative news, things that are important around the importance of
Thanks.
this content. That, you know, with me, I don't want to be playing everything that you guys want me to play, but I will at least try to cater to some things where if I do post a video out and you guys really like it because I'm enjoying it, then yeah, I will then come out and make that video. I will come out and continue to make more on that content. So, you know, but there's going to be some exceptions to that rule, like Final Fantasy. I'm trying to complete all of the Final Fantasy titles before, trying to complete at least all the mainline Final Fantasy titles, for it. One of those mainline titles is going to include, mainline and also subsequent titles that are related to that Final Fantasy, like, Final Fantasy XIII. We'll play the subsequent titles for that. The only exception to the rule where I will play not a pixel remaster is probably going to be 4. Only because 4 is the only one that will be played via PSP emulation. And only for this good reason. Because of the way that the content that was taken out of Final Fantasy IV title. I will still play Pixel Remasters for everything else. And I think that's going to be the best way to play it. But if you guys want me to play Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster over the PSP, I will. Because I'm not somebody that's going to be out there and saying, hey, I'm gonna take some criticism. But most of the time, it's going to be either on PC through Linux, or it's going to be on PlayStation through that, where I have most of all the mainline titles. Because I pretty much own every Final Fantasy mainline title as we speak, except for there's probably a mainline title somewhere along the line that I'm missing. And I'm not gonna touch the MMOs because those ones are multiplayer content, and I do not want to pay for a subscription service for the MMOs. So, but other than that, most of all these other titles I will be playing. Trying to get these done, and then maybe... Do we have a Phoenix down? Do have a renew though, so I can do that. Ugh.
It can't be serious.
So a lot of these titles going forward, I have been jumping around through the main lines. I'm not going through and you know, the last one I did before 13 was Final Fantasy 1. If I'm not mistaken, I might have done a rerun of 12, or 8. I have not finished 9. I am pretty sure I hopefully still have, I won't be able to do that one, We will probably have to restart over, and I'll probably just restart over because I can't stand playing a game that for it. I probably shouldn't have switched over to Bazzite at the time. Until I finished the Final Fantasy IX gameplay. I'm gonna go run down here to Saboteur, and I'm gonna do that on the Behemoth King.
Such a rush.
But I don't really have a lot when it comes to doing things. I will probably after this one, after 13 Lightning returns, we'll probably go back to Final Fantasy II. Jumping from titles from back in the day, jumping to all the way to
Follow my lead.
it will rise Saz here shortly. Should.
We survive. Change of plan.
I'm trying to get round this dude. I hate the Behemoth King. But, to be honest, let's retry this. We haven't activated any of our Crystariums. We do have a lot of Crystarium to go. So I'm gonna go there. Okay. Commando here as well. Go to strength and then let's go down to Ravager here as well. So we did receive Vigor. So we'll work on either one of those next. Commando. That only gave to 4. That's still gonna require for us to do that. But I did go. I got Ravager here. Yeah. Okay. No more CP available. Fine by me. Ah! But maybe adding a little bit of extra strength. Might help. Ah, great.
Can't be serious.
Well, I don't think that if we go down that way, there isn't anything that way. That way, we do need to go this way, though. So, anyway.
Let's heat things up.
Sorry, I wanted to check a thing.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Time for a change.
Alright, bumper change. Because we're about to get this thing untriggered. Unstaggered, sorry. I was thinking triggered. Ugh. I don't know why. It just feels like it feels like I've been
Just
playing here
another
for about
battle.
2 hours. And I haven't been playing for 2 hours. I've only been playing for about an hour. Um... was trying to attack you. Use one lever scope just because I don't want to use. Because I might need to use Ruin for this.
Follow my lead. We survive.
We shall survive though.
Change of plans. Eat this. Eat this.
Nice. 3 stars is not too bad. I don't care if I don't get them. I just want to complete them. Sorcerer's Mark for that one. Okay. And then Commando here as well. Yeah. We got a Sorcerer's Mark, and we've got a Millerite. Which save point? Head east. which I'm pretty sure it's probably... Okay, yeah, so it's going to tell me to go to the left up here then. Which is fine by me. Sorcerer's Mark gives us a magic plus 100. You're gonna get that Sorcerer's Mark. Okay. Okay. Let's keep ourselves going this... We need to get to that save point up here.
Don't get predictable. Thanks for coming. Such a rush.
Come on, Torrid. Frid.
Could have been worse.
This guy is going to be the hardest one to beat, though.
This will be fun. Follow my lead. All right. Eat this.
Glad that we were able to put curse on it.
Don't get predictable.
but I'm trying to just get through a lot of the nuance of this. This guy is just really difficult. So close to staggering him too. Nice. Molted tail. Are you serious? Are you serious? Completing a lot of these side quests. Is what we're doing. I don't mind doing these ones. Nice. I only have one, so this shouldn't take too long to clear out. But this one I will say is not the greatest for it. Yeah. I'm still gonna use the Crystarium though. Gained a level as for it. Yep. Got Fiarga and Blizzaga coming for you. Commando. Ravager. Okay. Because I'm just gonna work on their top one for now, and then as we'll see how things go. go to scouting party real quick. Let's see if we can get any of these. Okay, we'll do one more set. Cause slow might be. Try one more time on slow. Okay. Well, I really think if I have 2 saboteurs, I do have one for that, so I could have been doing that instead, just to get done a little bit quicker. But it's okay.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Okay. So now we've got a glass orb. Now, I'm pretty sure the glass orb resists to slow. That's a good one. But, hold on. No, I am looking. I gotta grab my thing back. Well, I still have to go back, but... Okay. So let's go here. I'll save you there, because I don't want to create a new save file right now. No. You! Mother. Didn't want to grab this stupid battle, but... I'm just gonna use it for my main character. Just leave.
Could have been worse.
we can go to Saboteur down here. These are new. Trying to see if see if we can get fog now too. If not, there we go. Now we can go to Ruthless. This might take less time. It might give us 4 stars instead of 5. I mean, instead of 3. It actually gave us 5 stars. Okay. No, I have done 6 already, so I just basically came into looking for 4 to doing 5. So I'm just mainly just trying to look.
Could have been worse.
But
Follow my lead.
this is not going to be the greatest one to go through. But tomorrow, guys, unless there is some pressing news or gaming news or anything like that, it's not weekly. It's news is gonna be whenever I feel like talking about it. So don't be surprised if you see Euro Truck tomorrow if there's some good news. I'll tell you this. So now we're gonna work on Ravager so we can get Blizzard and Fiara. If I'm pronouncing Fiara right, but and then Blizzaga's next for you. No more crystal Strium. No more Crystarium points. Now hold on. Hold on. No. Map. Missions. So 6 has been done. No Place Like Home. Okay. Now, okay. I am only doing it here because that's where we were before um for it. Okay. But how long have I been going for, guys? Let me check real quick.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Like I said, I usually try to go for about 2 hours before all of my streams. Afternoons are only 2 hours, nights are 5, or usually 5 hours, but may go longer. It all depends. The night streams are not always going to be the same. The rotor site. Okay. Let's just find our way to the next save point is as well what we're going to do now. And that's all I'm doing. Okay. Now this one, of course, techniques, items, because we got some
Thanks.
new things here, but we're pretty much basically are trying to go through these missions, like side quests. Like I think these are side quests and stuff.
I'll liven up your day.
But a lot of things when it comes to just enjoying a game, sometimes I just enjoy the game for just wanting to complete the game. I still want to play the game. I'm not gonna be like somebody that's gonna like try to actively try to complete the game. On a lot of these things.
Easy.
Seath tier. Okay. Okay, so here's where the next one's going to be. But we are kind of continuing the story, so... No. Okay, so it's back that way just a little bit. I ain't going all the way back that way just yet. I'm gonna look for any chests around here. It's 3 spined horns. Sometimes you just can't jump from up high. Just really dumb.
Appreciate it. Cheers. Appreciate it. Thanks.
No.
Thanks.
Okay, fair enough.
Kidding me?
But I gotta get to a save point. And in order to do that, I gotta complete this thing. So, do we have any Crystarium? We do. Yeah. We got a lot to do with that one. The Zaga's been learned. Let me go and change my battle team up a bit. Making Light my leader this time. It's still there, 'cause I still want Sentinel as a thing. You know, Ravager's not gonna be anything, but Sentinel, okay. Pentagrams are still gonna stay, but I just wanted Lightning this time as my thing. We're gonna switch up a little bit, not changing too much. Okay.
Thanks.
I'd rather use Lever Scope. Weakness. Powerful. Susceptible to imperil.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we know that the last one is, I believe, I'm not quite for sure. So let me go down to catalog. Enemy intel, just for an example. I have to think, because we looked at it, everything is halved. Is halved on it. Let me go and see if any of our... Okay. Um... Okay. I need to check the thing again to see what is given to us, so that maybe I can still do Libre, but then I can be prepared. Oops. Okay.
Thank you.
You looking at me? Appreciate it. You looking at me?
Nope.
No.
Are you kidding me? Why all of a sudden is it getting darker? I need to plug my phone in though. Hold on. Let me check the weather real quick. Well, okay, so I did not do what I wanted it to do in the first place. Okay. Now that I figured out how to create the screenshot, we can do that. So yeah, physical. I don't know what that last one that it says it's week 2. Um, I am not quite for sure, and this is Buddhist. I'm trying to get through this, so maybe here's what we do. Um, Alright. Hold on. Okay, so hold on. So it does access
Cheers! Eat that!
I don't care if I die. I don't care.
Eat that!
There is a reason for it. It does do lightning attacks. So if we can pertain to protecting more of lightning, then maybe we will have a better chance at doing something. So let me go down here. Let me go to equipment. Let's go, see how it says Ember Ring where we have it resistance to fire? We're gonna change that to Spark and have it be more resistant, Spark. If we have the Spark Ring available to us, okay, we're gonna put the Spark. Okay, the Fullerman ring is 29%. The Spark ring is 20. So I'm going to actually, let me check. You have the Spark ring for you, your resistance is 30%. Lightning is 40% there, but I'm going to give you instead, that's only going to drop it by 1, so it's not going to be advantageous, it's going to be 39% for you, but you're going to be at least 30%, and I want to have that 30% there in protection. And then we can put the Fullerman ring for you as well to improve that, to help us complete this setup. Because we know it's going to propose susceptible to lightning, so we can at least improve our lightning chances.
Keep the enemy off balance.
And I can't save either. Either. I have to get through this in order to continue. Um I might do an improved counter. Okay, let's try this.
Eat this! Eat this! Eat this! Eat this!
Do light first. And do saws next.
You'll make it.
Come on. Saws next. Oh no!
I'm so
Oh no 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 no! I could quit and we could come back to this. And it might be just the best option. But now that I know that I can save up for... antidote,
Cheers. Eat this.
saws, okay.
Eat this.
Time for another approach.
Eat this.
Yeah, we're gonna probably maybe come back to this, at some point. But I am wondering. Hold on. Because if I'm going to be stuck, I might as well... Now, of course, it wants me to really focus on having hope available. So maybe we'll do that next time. We'll come back to this. I'm gonna get off, guys, because it's that time. Um, but if you guys want to see a lot more content from me, it's always a great thing to hit that follow here on Twitch. We are going to begin again. I like to have a little bit of a split stream. The reason why there's a split between my live streams is because I need to get something to eat and I go hang out with mom for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so I will catch you guys tonight for some Fortnite. It is going to be for tonight, if by any means. For tonight, Fortnite. Maybe I can do it from here. Um, tonight is going to be Battle Royale. Um, So if you guys want to see some Battle Royale tonight, and some Save the World, I do a little bit of that before I go into Battle Royale. If you want to see that, make sure you guys are followed here on Twitch. And if you guys are on the beautiful YouTube side of things, hopefully tomorrow we will be back playing some Final Fantasy XIII, unless there is some good pressing news or anything that I am telling you to do that. Then we will play some American Truck or Euro Truck. So anyway, yeah, so make sure you guys, when you hit that subscribe here on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell notification so that you can stay up to date, because sometimes we do post non-live content on here as well. Mostly it's live, but we do non-live as well. So anyway, we will catch you guys later.